What's up, everybody? Sloppy Joe here. So I'm gonna do a quick. I'm gonna keep it as short as possible. I think anyone who subscribes to my channel listens to all the things I have to say. I tend to ramble, so I'm gonna try to rein that in a little bit today. I will preface this by saying it is a little bit late in the afternoon on a Sunday. So the things I want to talk about in this video, the update I want to give, unfortunately is not going to be followed with any kind of in-action footage until next week. So what had happened was, if you guys have been watching, especially going to my my Witness Match Elite 10mm pistol, I bought that in January and said, okay, that's my purchase for the year. That's my one gun I'm buying this year. And I've bought a slew of ammo since for my AKs and 9mm and 10mm, my Mosins, things like that. And I made the mistake of wandering into a local gun shop near my office, and they're one of my favorites simply because they really have a nice variety that goes through there. And I'm talking about their used stuff. Their new stuff, they've got Glocks, MMPs, revolvers, every flavor of 1911, all your long guns, hunting rifles, things like that. All the normal things that they're going to sell volumes of and make money off of. But I like their used area, or their consignment area. They always have something interesting coming through. Makarovs, all kinds of German Walthers of various kinds. Just they've got a nice little variety of stuff. So they had another Russian Makarov come in, and it was a very fair price. And I almost pulled the trigger on it. And before I did that, I was walking around the store, and back in the cabinet where I originally had found this guy, this is my CZ75 and I hate to say I've become a big fanboy of CZs, but I have. I really love these pistols. I'm a fair to adequate handgun shooter, and CZs have kind of made me a lot better of a pistol shooter than I really am. These are just phenomenal shooting pistols. The pistol is far and away better than I am, but it drags me up a notch or two, which is very nice. So I was looking in the cabinet where I had originally found this a couple years ago, and they had a couple of things I was interested in. They had a Daewoo 9mm, which I, thinking about trying out, $250, who cares? They had a Arcus, which is a Bulgarian. It's kind of built off the high power platform, kind of a copy of that. Again, about $250. Thinking about trying it out just to try something different. And then in the very back corner and tucked away in the back, behind a bunch of stuff you couldn't really see it, was a CZ75 Compact. And I saw this there. I said, does it come with 2 mags in a box and all that? And they said, yes, it does. And for the price they were asking, I just wrap it up. I'm taking that with me. That's coming home with me today. Slapped down some cash, slapped down my concealed permit, and did the paperwork and walked out. I had originally, I really have been looking and searching for a CZ Compact, just to put into my everyday carry rotation. And they were just really hard to find right now. CZs in the United States have been tremendously difficult to get a hold of for about 1.5 years or 2 years now. And when you can find them, generally guys are selling them at a premium, which is understandable. Guys that know CZ know that you're paying for a certain quality and build of a pistol. And yeah, these are just phenomenal. But I'd been looking for a compact, and I almost had broke down and bought. There's a company called Canik. They're a Turkish company, and they build a CZ copy, which is, from everything I've read, the specs on it read very, very, very good. It reads and it looks as if it's a very well built, very well put together pistol that's supposed to be very high quality. So for the $325 to $330 that I see them being asked for, I figured, hey, for an everyday carry or a rotation gun into my everyday carry, for $300, can't really go wrong. Especially, you know, the metal frame, chrome lined barrel, all the good stuff. But if you find a CZ, you get a CZ. CZs, in my opinion, are just phenomenal pistols. The downside to some guys is that this is not a PO1, which comes with a railed frame. This is non-railed, and that's actually preferable for me for a carry gun because that makes the options for holsters a lot more vast. So it was basically everything I wanted in a CZ Compact, and I grabbed it. So I'm looking very, very forward to getting to the range, doing some shooting with it, getting some video footage, and reporting back. And I'm going to try a couple things out. This is a decocker model, which I have not owned a CZ decocker model, so this will be a first. So we'll try it out. We'll see how it works out. I'm sure it'll be fine. The decocker trigger, it feels a little bit more vague than the 75 trigger, or the SPO1 trigger, I should say. And that's to be expected. But again, this would be something you're looking at being more of a competition target pistol, whereas this is meant to be more of your very well put together everyday carry pistol. So it came with two 16-round mags, and these are not flush. As you can see, they do stand, they, you know, go beyond the handle or the grip a little bit, which is okay for me because my pinky does kind of override the grip. Otherwise, you can get 14-round mags, which will fit flush to the bottom of the grip. I prefer having the extra couple rounds. That's fine with me. I have no problem with that. And the other cool thing for you Glock guys who like to run, say, the Glock 17 mags in your Glock 19s, this is a 19-round mag, and it fits into the pistol just fine. Got a little bit of overhang, which is to be expected, but the cool thing is, at least it gives you the option of, if you wanted to, if you're out plinking or having fun, you can drop the SPO1 mags into the pistol. Now, I'm going to do some Google research to make sure that that will actually feed and fire before I do that and pull the trigger, because I don't want to damage anything. But the way it looks, when you check everything out, everything looks like it lines up okay. So we will try that out and see what happens. So that was my first and foremost blunder of the week. So I will report back on this guy. Now, next up is where I went totally off the rails this week and really kind of crashed and burned. One of my best friends, he built his first AR this year, or this past week, and we were talking, and he has traditionally been an AR guy. I am very much an AK guy. I love AKs. And I had been dabbling with the idea of getting into the 5.45 AKs, just to have the smaller caliber, something in a smaller caliber, in a 22 caliber, full-size rifle. And we were talking about his AR build that he put together, and he put together a real nice AR for, I think, $600, $600 or $650. And so I started thinking about it, thought about it some more, thought about it a little bit more, and then finally started looking around local online stores and piecing together all the parts necessary to put together one of these. So I've completely gone off the rails this week in terms of firearms. Not only have I bought a second CZ or my second gun of the year, which I said I wouldn't do. I then built an AR. So, like I said, I pieced this together from stuff I found on Arms List local, gun shops local, and just put together a nice budget build. So some of it's new, some of it's secondhand, which is fine. It's all in good shape. Everything functions. It is not loaded. And I put this together today, Sunday. Pieced it together. And like I said, the unfortunate part is it's so late in the afternoon, I can't get to the range to shoot it. So that'll have to be during this week. So what I put together was, it is a Aero Performance, or I'm sorry, Aero, or not Aero. Oh man, I'm all messed up. It's Aero Precision milled lower, an Aero Precision upper. These are both made in Tacoma, Washington, which is local to me. I thought that's kind of cool. The charging handle is one of theirs. The bolt I got secondhand. It's ARES armor, Ayers armor. It's a full auto cut bolt. I'm still learning all the different things you can do with ARs. I know you have your semi-auto cut, your full auto cut, all kinds of things. But it's a full auto cut bolt. The trigger package is built. It's all DPMS. I got that. It was new in a little baggie. I got that easy, off of. I got that off of a friend. So, Magpul stock. Nothing all that outrageous there. It's got a chromoly M4 profile 1 in 9 twist barrel, 16-inch with a bird cage. I'm going to play around with barrels probably. The barrel was handy. I got that, again, secondhand with only, I think, 100 rounds through it. And I paid next to nothing for it. It was just a way to get a barrel onto the upper so I could kind of rock and roll with this. I got this aluminum free float rail. I don't even remember what brand it was. A buddy gave it to me for real cheap. And basically heard I was doing an AR build and was so thrilled that I was building an AR and getting away from the AKs into something different. He just said, "Hey, I've got some parts. I'll give them to you," just because he was so happy that I was building an AR. So again, the sights, it's got flip up down sights. My buddy gave me those along with the rail. So I've got to sight those in. That's going to be the biggest thing. And other than that, I had this forward grip laying around. So other than that, I pieced it all together, put it together. Everything seems to function. Everything works. It looks good. I just have to shoot the thing. And then when I went and picked up some of my parts from a guy local, he kind of said to me, he goes, "Hey, do you have any, hey, you're building your first AR, do you have mags and stuff?" I said, "No, I don't have any mags or anything yet." And he gave me this, gave me five mags. 3 of them are service mags, metal service mags, and then a couple P mags. So he said, "Hey, now you're ready to rock and roll." He gave me a bag of mix and match ammunition, some 223, 5.56. Some of it's reloads, some of it's green tipped, some of it's got these red tips on it. I'm gonna assume that's a Hornaday reload. It's got that little plastic tip on it. There's some Russian stuff in there. Like I said, reloads. There's some armor piercing in here. Let's see. I gotta find them. There's a little hodgepodge of stuff in here. So anyway, I pieced this together for $700, as you see it, and I can't wait to get out and shoot it, because I will tell you right now, I'm excited to shoot something I put together, and I can't honestly tell you guys the last time I fired an AR. It's been a decade, maybe more. So I'm very curious to see how it handles, see how it shoots. Again, and some of you guys might want to throw into the comments, this is a 1 in 9 twist barrel. And I've read a lot of guys really like the 1 in 7 twists for the various weights of the bullets. So comment, maybe fill me in a little bit on the twist rates and what is optimal or what's going to work best with what loads as far as what bullet heads. So I'm excited to get out there, try this guy out. And that's about it. So like I said, I went from buying one pistol this year and calling it one and done to going full retard and purchasing one and then putting another one together in the same week. So I will be at the range sometime this week. I want to try these out desperately. I'm very excited. Like I said, I have very, very low miles on ARs. So it'll be curious to see how they handle and fire and how they shoot compared to AKs. So that's what I have for you guys for now. So stay tuned. Next week I'll put together a video of being, in usage, live fire shooting, things like that. Give you my impressions of not only my my new CZ Compact as it compares to a full-size CZ, and then give you guys some impressions of my home build AR, and kind of give you guys my impressions of how ARs are, because I honestly can't tell you. So that's it. Stay tuned, and I will check in with you guys later when I have something new and exciting. So until then, stay tuned, shoot safe, drive safe, play bass, guitar, all that stuff. If you guys are subscribers, you know I'm kind of all over the map. So anyway, that is it for now. Enjoy. I'm going to try to get out and go enjoy some of this sunny Sunday weather before the sun goes down. And we'll talk to you guys later.